And the reason I'm talking now is because if something fucking happens to me, y'all know why. This is me purging. And people saying, oh, you should write a book, or you should do a movie, or you should do this. Oh, sure, I would definitely do that. But I don't even know if I'm going to make it that long, y'all. I wake up every day terrified. I wake up every day, if I drive my car, I'm looking left and right. This is the person who has had me followed before. And I'm just supposed to sit here and be quiet? If something had happened to me and I never said anything, y'all wouldn't give a fuck, and y'all probably still don't give a fuck. Y'all are maybe just on here because y'all want to hear the drama. But I'm here because I'm trying to tell you that I'm scared. I'm scared. And I'm lost. I have nothing else that he can take from me besides my life. That's it. So this is me telling my story. So if something happens to me, you still know what happened, and maybe the next person can do better. So when you're dealing with a family who has had sexual assault and molestation in their family, and they hid it, they went to church. So for 5.5 fucking years, my child was molested. Mind you, I am now in court because I'm refusing to let my child go over to his father's house. Wouldn't you, as a mother, if you know that your child is being touched, wouldn't you as a mother not allow your child to go somewhere regardless of what the fuck the system says? I'm pretty sure you would. There were days that I would be at his home and I was threatened with a knife, and then it was laughed off. But when the knife was in my face, it was, I could kill you right now and get away with it because I could claim self-defense and they would believe me and not you, because who are you? He followed me into our child's closet and he grabbed me and he pushed me to the floor. He grabs my hair and he forces me to the floor. And he's like, who the are you talking to? And he throws me into the entertainment center. When he threw me into the entertainment center, it broke the door. So I was flung into the one on the right, and he then forced me to give him fellatio.
Wow, that is so sad to hear. There's more to come, but I just wanted to jump in at the beginning and give my intro. I'm absolutely praying for her healing. What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Team and News. That was Royce exposing the father of her child, former NBA player Dwight Howard. Most of you are aware that for years she's been exposing. And we got to hear some of her stories when she was on Basketball Wives. And it looks like she's able to provide details now because it's just a possibility that the NDA, the time frame expired. So now she can talk freely. Just put their names together in Google and all of the previous interviews and things will pop up. When all of this started recently, you had comments like, he's been doing her wrong for years. Isn't the child an adult? They've been arguing for years, and this person responded, not yet. And as I previously stated, I'm going to be quiet real quick and let you all listen to what she had to say. I just have to provide context and then get into the rest of the video. You have comments like, for years, I wouldn't even address the fool or expect anything from him. And then you have people providing insight and the reason why she's speaking again. Gaslighting at its best. He was just under her comments last week trying to troll her. That's what started all of this. That's the part people don't see. Go ahead and read the rest of the comments because I want to rush through the other things I have to say to get to her videos. Now, the for years part in those comments happened because people assume, oh, now that he's engaged to somebody else, he just announced his engagement a few days ago, and he looks happy, she's jealous and trying to come out and say all of these things. So people were just reminding those people that no, that's not true. She doesn't want that man. They've been going at it for years. So that's why those comments came up.
Because there's some of you who are out there who are thinking that I'm talking now because he's engaged. Again, okay. Especially when you're an entertainer, what you have to do is you have to put out PR stunts. You have to have a PR team. So when things come out about you that are bad, and you're an elephant fighting an ant, it's easy to shut me up. It's easy to make the world go around and say, oh my God, she is just jealous because he's engaged now. Are y'all serious? Y'all really, there's no way that some of y'all really think that. But if you do, that means because you will eat, sleep, shit that person. Which is not fine, but if that's your life, then so be it. But for me, I'm about truth. And I'm about being shut up for over 17 years. And I say over 17 years because my child is 17, but I was pregnant, right? And then we go back from that and we talk about when we were dating. Regardless of age, we dated for 3.5 years. Okay? And even though I was 5 years older than him, that shit happens. I was also very young-minded myself. And I think people miss that because when they hear 24, they think about themselves when they were 24. But let's give some context. When I was 24, I had only had one sexual partner consensually. Okay? I was raped of my virginity. So I was not experienced in all of that at all. I didn't really know about different positions. I didn't know about different, things that happen during intercourse. I was just as green as I thought he was. I was told that, he had just recently lost his virginity. We had these deep-ass conversations, all right? And I felt like he enjoyed the same things that I did. We enjoyed being goofy. We enjoyed being silly. We were both immature together. Okay? I enjoyed going to theme parks. This is stuff that we were doing. Playing hide and go seek in his townhouse and then house. This is the stuff that we did. We were just immature together. All right? But as time went on, and the physical and mental and verbal abuse happened. Yes, even at my age and dealing with someone 5 years younger than me, that is 6'11", about damn 200 pounds. You can still be put in your place. Okay? So we're not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, you should have known better. Maybe I should have, but that's not how I was raised. And that's just what it is. But what I have learned and what I learned at FAMU is to really read people. So it took me, about 4 years to read who this person really was. But once I did start paying attention to certain things. I did start paying attention to certain traits. I did start paying attention to what he was telling me versus what was being done. So his sister and him coming on my live yesterday and commenting, and I'm so happy I didn't see it because I was just so into speaking. I'm so happy I didn't see it because had I probably would have said a lot more, such as their older brother molesting them. Okay? I'm just going to put it out there. And y'all might be like, oh my God, did she just say that? Yes, the fuck I said it. Because the same thing happened to my son for 5 years and nobody did shit. Okay? So when you're dealing with a family who has had sexual assault and molestation in their family and they hid it, they went to church. Heal my son. Okay? And it was a half brother, so it wasn't the mother's son. It was the father's older son. But finding out about all this stuff, and I've heard it before, but I didn't hear it necessarily in depth when he was crying on my shoulder about things that had happened to him and his sister. I kept it. But then when it started happening more and more and more, and now you're trying to basically be quiet, and you're trying to act like it didn't happen. There was an entire interview that was done about this brother and how much he loved him and everything. You go on Google, or you go on Bing, or whatever these little search engines are, you don't see them shits. See them at all. All those stories have been wiped clean. So when people tell you that something is on the internet, or when something is on the internet, it's on there forever, that's a fucking lie. Money can get shit removed, okay? There is not one story about that brother anymore. But yes, that is the brother that molested his sister for years. And they still sent her to spend time with him during the summer. The only time that that brother went to jail was when he molested his own daughter. And she told. People are mandated reporters. Okay? That's why his ass finally went to jail. It wasn't because of what he had done to the brother, him, his sister, none of that. Because they believe God can handle it. Alright? So for 5.5 fucking years, my child was molested. And I knew it. I threatened the nanny. Well, let me not say threatened, because like I said before, I promised her if I found out that she was doing something to my child, we're going to have a problem. When I found that out, what happened? I get ghosted, y'all. I now know nothing about what is going on in that house. And that's where I ended video 3. So I'm doing video 4 right now on live. All right? So let's talk about it. My child continued to come home. As he got older, he started stating certain things. Mind you, I am now in court because I'm refusing to let my child go over to his father's house. Wouldn't you, as a mother, if you know that your child is being touched, wouldn't you as a mother not allow your child to go somewhere regardless of what the fuck the system says? I'm pretty sure you would. But what y'all saw on the internet, what y'all saw in the blogs and on the news, who I thought was real. I always thought the news was real. I'm sure a lot of us did growing up. We thought if it's on Channel 9, Channel 2, WESH, what all these other shits are, they have to be telling the truth, right? No. No, they don't. They say whatever the fuck they want to say. Obviously, look who our president is. Or y'all president. Anyway, moving on. After I made that threat, I was told very little about what was going on in the house. When I would call to check on my child, nobody would answer. There was an assistant there by the name of Mrs. R. I'm going to say Mrs. R. because she really did try to help me. When I was telling her about how I felt, she was like, well, I don't trust her anyway because she's been caught on camera stealing clothes. Oh, but she's still the nanny? That's crazy to me. But anyway, cool. Let's move forward. My child is still being dropped off at home. And as I'm giving him baths, he's playing with himself. But in a way that's not like normal, because I asked the doctor about it and I'm like, is he supposed to be doing what they get erections fast, but like, is it normal for them to do this, do that? And she's like, absolutely not. She's like, you need to start writing things down in a journal. Do I need to go get my journal? Do I need to go get my phones? Because I have all the emails of where I talked about this. But let's move on. We now go to court because I'm denying visitation. That's how it was put on the internet. That's how it was put in the news. That I am being taken to court again because I am unable to work with. I am not following the agreement that we have. I am just this terrible, bitter baby mama, right? That's what was put out to the world. That's what people were thinking about me. When in the meantime, I'm fighting for my child, right? We go to court and I got all this proof. I got stacks of paper and I can't really say too much because why? He got our case sealed. Why are we sealing cases if it's about me? Why are we sealing cases if you're so right in what you're doing and you want to show the world that I'm crazy? Why are we sealing cases? But our case is sealed. Cool. Whatever. I'm still fighting for my child by any means necessary. So in court, when I make the comment about my child is being molested, how dare you say that? This is Judge Timothy Shea. I will say his fucking name. Judge Timothy Shea. Okay? This man told me, how dare you make that accusation about Mr. Howard? How dare you do this? And if I ever hear you say anything like this again, I'm going to just change custody. I'm going to give custody to Mr. Howard 100%. What? It's in the docket that I got my ass up and I cussed him out and I said, fuck you. I turned and I said to his attorney, which was Man Downs, and I said, fuck you. And I started walking out the courtroom. I swore that was the day that I would get my first mugshot. I did. But I didn't. And I walked. I didn't run. I walked to the elevator. I got on that elevator. I walked out the courthouse. I walked to the parking garage. I got in my car. I left the parking garage. Nobody stopped me. But yes, I also called his attorney a fat ass bitch. I did. Because at this point, this is about my child. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all gotta say. Y'all can sit here and call me a bitter baby mama. You know what? Maybe I am. Maybe the fuck I am because of what my child went through and people sat there and just let him run with this narrative and y'all believed it. So when you ask me why the fuck am I talking now after, it's been 20 years. It ain't been 20 years. My child is 17. Okay? So let's 18. But you're asking me why I'm talking now? Why else wouldn't I talk now? There's a whole new agreement in place. And his dumb ass didn't realize that by us having this new agreement, it trumps the old one, dummy. So yes, I can talk now. And even though you gave us shit for the remainder of Braylon being a minor through graduating high school, it ain't even about the money. I know how to work. I know how to get up and get a job. I just restarted my company. I have a whole bunch of shit happening for me. So just because you don't pay shit, please don't think that's why I'm doing this. You have never helped with Braylon. You sent a check. And then you stopped that check in September of last year. So this whole agreement that you're talking about we have, I don't care. I don't fucking care. I'm going to still make it happen. I have made it happen since I was 16 years old. And I'm going to make it happen now. Mortgage will be paid. Bills will be paid. Trips will be taken. Experience will be had. I don't need your money. But I will tell my fucking truth, y'all. This man is evil. This man put his hands on me. This man threatened me with a knife. This man literally said he could kill me right now. And nobody would say anything. Because he could claim self-defense. And because everybody loves him and hates me, he get away with it. These are the type of people that y'all are defending. Y'all defended Diddy. Y'all defended R. Kelly. Do I still listen to some of his music? I ain't gonna lie. There are certain songs that I might still listen to, but I still know that he's a fucking evil ass person. Like, let's be for real now. We're not going to sit here and come at me and act like I'm just so crazy. I'm not. And anybody, why are you doing this on the internet? What are we supposed to do with this information? Listen and learn and understand, because y'all got this person on TV shows wearing wigs, okay, and dancing around, and you voting for him when this whole person is out here being a straight narcissist and abuser. Like, let's be for real. I don't give a fuck what anybody got to tell me right now. You're not going to do that. And yes, I am a little upset because it never stops. It never stops. That's why I'm doing this, because it's still happening. I'm not the only one that's talking. I'm not. Number 2 was going to have her story too. But she's waiting. I'm telling my story now because it matters. Because people cannot continue to get away with this shit. How quick we forget about what just happened. And just because, it came out that the case was dropped because he admitted it was consensual, what the fuck do you think my child has been seeing? And being told that it was okay. We're not going to sit here and now make it seem like I'm a horrible mom and like I didn't raise him right when we grew up talking about the No-No Square song. Like, let's not do that. A mistake was made at 11, 12 years old. Stop it. We played house. We played hide and go get it. Let's stop right now of pushing this narrative that his daddy fucking started. That his family started. Let's also talk about my child going to Georgia for a month and them getting him kicked out of homeschool because they refused to let him do his work. They sent him to church, was trying to have like a priest tell him to say none of this happened to him. Literally was trying to get in his head and say, your mama made this up. A priest. A priest. Not a tutor. A priest. Coming to my child in Georgia as he's running around on this farm, trying to force him to say on camera, because there's cameras everywhere, this didn't happen to me here. This didn't happen to me here. This didn't happen to me here. Of course he's not going to say that because I raised him right. Let's talk about how even when the nanny was fired and why she was fired. She was fired because she touched another child. Do we know where that nanny is? He does. Will he tell anybody? No. You want to know how I know he knows where he is? Because he had to say that in a meeting that we had. Is she aware of the accusations? Yeah. If you're being accused of sexually abusing a child, wouldn't you come out and say something? Is that just me? Because I swear I would come out and say something. I really would. That's not something that you just take lightly. She's never said shit. Nobody knows where the fuck she is. Why? Because in my opinion, I believe that she was paid to leave. Just like I was offered, along with some of the other mothers, were offered money to say that our child was not his. So even though there's 5, is there 5? All these years I have missed out on any type of career that I've tried to have. Not because I wasn't trying to have a career, but because I couldn't get a job, because every single time I would get something, all of a sudden it would be taken from me because of him and his PR people. Are y'all sure y'all want to work with her? She's really dramatic. Okay. I majored in theater. I am dramatic. But I'm not a liar. You're not going to sit here and make it seem like I'm just making stuff up. So let's keep going. Next thing, find out that there's another child. Mind you, he was still in my text messages, and I was ignoring him. We still in court. I'm ignoring him. Because since you want to take everything to the court, we gonna leave it in the court. There's no reason why we need to communicate at all. Because you're out here lying on me. You're out here taking opportunities from me that I have fought so hard to have. But when I tell y'all today, there's going to be a PR stunt. And maybe not anymore because I'm saying something, but there's going to be videos of a birthday party of a daughter he hardly ever sees, and the other one that was forced to go back. Huge birthday party. But you want to know who has never gotten a birthday present? Our son. You want to know who has only gotten a Christmas gift 3 times out of 17 years? Our son. Why? Because I didn't coddle. Because I didn't do the bending. Because I didn't do a lot of things that he was asking me to do. Because I knew it was wrong. There are other people even when we were dating that he wanted me to go off on. There were people that he wanted me to basically ruin their life. And I was like, nah. Why? Why you care so much? One of them being one of his exes. And I refused to do it. Because why? Why are we doing that? If you don't care, why are we doing this? So again, this has nothing to do about the new person he's with. At all. Nothing. Please understand, this has nothing to do about her. I wish her all the best. I do. But this ain't got shit to do with you, sweetheart, at all. This has everything to do with me and my child and what he is still doing behind the scenes. He's still making phone calls. He still has blogs under his wing. Okay? They only post negative things about me, if you've noticed. Or the captions are always very, one-sided. I need y'all to pay attention. That's what I need y'all to do. Before you become the next victim or someone that you know. I know y'all don't know me from shit except from a show or from doing this little series thing. I know that. But what I do need you to understand is I'm not just doing this because I'm bored. I'm doing this because this is my last straw. This is my Hail Mary. This is the last thing that I can possibly do to get him to leave me the fuck alone. Leave us alone. You don't pay a dime in child support. Leave us alone. Stop calling our son and trying to get him to feel like he's such a terrible ass person because he don't want to have shit to do with you. You've never been in his life for real. I am the one who forced him to go to that show. I'm the one who said, you know what? Just take it for the experience. You're going to see Miss Phaedra. You haven't seen her in years. She would love to see you, I'm sure. And then he saw Omarosa, who I've known forever, that I know is a whole big controversy with her. But the person I know is cool shit. So I told him, go and experience this. I don't have those connections. I don't know these people like that. I can't get you in all these doors because they've been shut for me. I have been blackballed from a lot of the mainstream industry because of this person. And y'all want me to shut up? Y'all want me to be quiet? I have been suicidal. I have been in positions where I just wanted to get up and just leave. I wanted to change my name. I wanted to just stop everything. And then I look at that face in there, and even though he's 17, I still see myself, and I still see innocence. I still see regret. I still see misunderstanding. I see healing as well. This is something that now he has to deal with for the rest of his fucking life, because people want to get on this internet and call him all types of names for a mistake that he made after a conversation his father had with him. When your own father calls you gay at 11 years old because you haven't touched anything or done anything, that's crazy. When your father is sitting here telling you, well, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman because a man's, G-spot is in his ass? Why are you telling a freaking 12-year-old this? This is a conversation that was had during quarantine. Now, another day, I walk into a conversation that is being had with my 12-year-old son about sex and about like, oh, well, my ex was, not even saying my ex, because at that point, I think they were still something. This was the basketball player girl. But she was coming by the house. She was coming by the house with these 2 dogs she had and was like checking on things, trying to see if we were fucking. Not yet. But anyway, he was having this conversation with our son, along with 2 of his friends, and they were talking about heterosexual relationships, homosexual relationships, threesomes, where their G-spot was. And this is a bunch of dudes, y'all, talking to a 12-year-old. So, and telling him that he's gay because he hasn't touched anything. When I tell you my child was not even allowed to listen to the radio until he was 10, I mean that. We were Disney Live. We were Kids Space Live. We had satellite radio. I made sure that I was raising him in an innocent way. So these are the conversations that are being had with him. Now let's fast forward a little bit, because I went in there and I went off on everybody. I did. I was like, he's fucking 12. What are you doing? He doesn't need to know that. Oh my God, you're raising him to be a pussy. Oh, what are you, he's supposed to be doing this by now. Why? Man, you know how we were when we were little. How were you? I wasn't thinking about that when I was 12. I was thinking about cheering and dance and gymnastics and running track. That's it. That's what my head was. Sports. So why, again, are you having this conversation with a 12-year-old? Somebody tell me. Is that okay? So, of course, now this is in his head. Now he feels like, oh my God, my dad thinks I'm gay. My dad thinks this. My dad thinks that. His friends think this. His friends think that. But now let's fast forward again. I went home for Mother's Day. And while I'm home, I'm getting all these text messages. I miss you. I really want us to try and work things out. I know that I've done all these things to you. All this bullshit. Whatever. I'm saying this because this is what happened back then. Please do not think that I'm saying this because I still want him. No, I'm telling you the fucking story. Okay? So, all that is happening. I keep everything. I will post the messages. I'm just going to show y'all the whole thread. All right?
Well, I did say after I posted the first video that I was going to post her ex and his new fiance responses and all of that, but this video was too heavy to focus on clap back and this and that now. So I might just do a last and final video, give my thoughts in that video, and also include their responses in that video, because she was on Instagram Live for over an hour and there's still a lot of moments that I didn't include in here. But overall, like I said previously, I'm praying for her healing. I'm praying for her son's healing, because this right here is a lot. And I'm praying that she's covered, because she did talk about being scared. And if something happened to me, and I pray and hope that that doesn't happen to her, and that everyone can just simply move on. I'm wishing all of you well, and take care. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.